over, they're not going to want to come because they never had something exciting to do.
Every SYNA, instead of one of the youth activities, instead of going out and, like for example, today we have an outing at basketball, tomorrow we have an outing at Dave & Buster's. One of the things that we can do is change one of the outings to a volunteer event. This is a really good way for all the students to get together and get to know each other, working at a soup kitchen or volunteering directly with each other and with the local community. So eventually down the road we can volunteer nationally and help out in Pakistan. And like Amal was saying, we should get the name of SYNA out there with, wear our t-shirts, go out to a soup kitchen, help the local community, and it'll be a good thing because every year we go to a different city, so every year a different city will know that, Sindhi people are coming out and helping.
The matter was brought up that the kids don't hang out with the adults a lot. Like in these seminars, I think this is the first time that the youth and the adults have come together and collaborated. And the reason for that is it's not that we don't want to hang out with the adults. It's just we're not interested as much as you guys are in the topics you hold your seminars on.
Honestly, in the most respectful way possible, it gets a little boring sometimes, We just want to do our own thing. We want to hang out with our own age group, and we want to hang out with you guys, but we want to talk about something that we all are interested in, not politics, not finances, not, not medical stuff, I mean, we just want to talk about, funny things, make jokes and stuff. We should have a better comedian than we did last year. I know these guys will agree with me. He was not that funny, but maybe next year we can do something fun.
And it's not just the comedian. It's like every time you walk by, some Sindhi uncle usually grabs you and tells you a joke. And it is funny. So why not make it one of the adults and children thing? And we can just have a session where, we tell Sindhi stories and jokes, but just keep the politics and the medical stuff out of it. We don't all want to be doctors. We want to do something where we see that we're making a difference, because usually we don't have hundreds of dollars that we can say, oh, we'll donate them. And so next SYNA, why not have a day where instead of an outing, we have a fundraiser, or we could have a silent auction or raffles. That way we can raise money, and if you let the youth run it, then we know we're making a difference. And we would be interested in helping children of Sindhi children, because we're fortunate enough to come and stay at a nice hotel, but they're not. And so if we can raise money and sponsor a school or sponsor an orphanage or even pay a poor child's tuition, we think that would be great, and that would be a way we know we're making a difference.
That is what I was trying to say the whole time.
My name is Marvi. I'm the daughter of Ejaz and Aisha Turk, and I'm an undergraduate student currently studying a double major in anthropology and Asian and Middle Eastern studies. So naturally, given my academic background, I find the culture and the history and the language of the province of Sindh to be really fascinating and really interesting. Unfortunately, my participation in the previous SYNA events and conventions, unlike the rest of the board members here, hasn't been very extensive. It's been actually quite limited. I think I've come to maybe 2 conventions in the last decade. But nonetheless, I've really come to appreciate the tight-knit community and the supportive community that we have here at SYNA. And I want nothing less than a strong future for our convention and a strong future for the presence of Sindhis in America and North America. Fortunately, I think that given the proper nurturing and given the proper promotion, we do have a really strong, promising future for SYNA as an agent of Sindhi representation in North America. Obviously, the key to ensuring this future is to mobilize our youth. The previous speakers gave a lot of really great ideas for how to mobilize our youth and how to get greater youth involvement, both in the children under 18 and our young adults that we have. So if we follow these kinds of programs and do these kinds of youth events that cater to our interests, I think that we can transmit the strong passion that our parents have for Sindhi culture, and we can transmit that to the next generations. There's definitely a wealth of potential that we can build upon, and inshallah, we as the next generation will be able to replicate our parents' passion in Sindh and hopefully serve SYNA justice.
There needs to be somebody who we can go and talk to and say, we need this, we need logos for the t-shirt, we need a high-res image for this. And I mean, we were getting frustrated because we did not know where to go. So that's why I feel like there should be a person appointed in the EC in charge of SYNA, so we have someone to go to hand technical things and also to help us, especially because sometimes the youth, there's fights and things like that. We need we need a go-to person.
I know that Amo spoke about talking about how we had trouble getting funds and all that and getting in contact with the uncles. I know one thing that made last year's SYNA in St. Louis so successful was the fact that we had an uncle who worked side by side with us, and that was Dr. Kodwani and Mrs. Quad. They're not here at this convention, but we had them assigned to help us and get everything done. So it was a huge ease on our back, because this year what we struggled was running around trying to find out where we can get the money, where we can get the funds, how we're going to book it, and how to get the tax exempt forms to get prices reduced. So I think that each convention we should have one uncle, one of the uncles, or aunties even, because aunties should get involved too. They should ask if they would like to help with the youth program. They shouldn't hesitate to not help, So I don't know, it's one idea I think that we should have.
नंढड़नि ॿारनि साना जी तारीख़ में पहिरियों दफ़ो पावर पॉइंट्स प्रेज़ेंटेशन करे सिंधु ऐं सिंधी सक़ाफ़त ॾांहुं पंहिंजी संजीदगीअ जो इज़हार कयो। हिन सेशन में न सिर्फ़ संदन दिलचस्पी बल्कि हिक ॿिए सां घुलिजी मिलण जो उत्साह बि मौजूदु हुयो।
Shah Abdul Latif Bodai was also famous for his great poetry, and he really advertised Sindhi language. He also brought Hind and Sindh together in his poems, but most of his topics were on the unity of God and love for the Prophet.
The people of Sindh love their religion, and the two festivals of Eid al-Adha and Eid al-Fitr are celebrated with zeal and enthusiasm. The Sindhis are peaceful, hardworking, hospitable, and an open-minded community.
Sindh is the third largest province in Pakistan. Sindh is bordered by Baluchistan to the west, India to the east, and Arabian Sea to the south, and Punjab to the north. The culture of Sindh includes such things as Rali, Sindhi, Topi, and Adrak, which is very attractive to the eye because it's very colorful and pretty. Sindh is the best.
Benazir Bhutto. She is a Pakistani politician who chaired the PPP from her father, Zulfar Ali Bhutto. She's also the first woman elected to lead a Muslim state, having twice been Prime Minister of Pakistan. She was Pakistan's first and to date only female Prime Minister.
Though chiefly an agricultural and pastoral province, Sindh has a reputation of its ajraks, pottery, leatherwork, and carpets, textiles, and silk cloth. Hala is most famous for its poetry and potteries and tiles, and Bobak for carpets, and Nasirpur and Gambat and Tata for cotton lungis and khas. Other popular crafts include the earthenware of Jogi, the metal, the vessel of Shikarpur, the rulli and embroidery, and the leather articles of Tharparkar, and the work of Kankhot.
Sindh Pyara Sindh. Sindh is the second largest province of Pakistan. The capital of Sindh is Karachi. The main crops grown in Sindh are cotton, rice, and sugarcane. Sindh lies largely in the delta of the lower Indus Basin, connected on three sides. I am proud to be a Sindhi. I love Sindh.
Question is what the Masi means. You?
Made.
Okay.
Made.
Wrong answer.
Mother, sister, aunt.
You got it right. You got it right. One more question. No, I will get an okay. Okay, get it. What the Nana means, Nano?
Sister, mother, sister.
Grandfather.
Grandmother.
Grandfather. Grandfather.
Okay, now sit down. Sit down, please. What Amma means?
Amma. Amin. Mother.
He got it.
Thank you,
Okay. Rahman. Marvi Sheikh. Manshal Imdad for Ajrak.
very much. Beautiful.
For everyone.
Thank
you. You will get the certificate of appreciation as well by the SYNA president.
This is absolutely beautiful. I mean, SYNA has changed its tradition, and for the last 2 years, we've been seeing a whole lot of involvement from our youth. I'm not going to call you kids, youth, and that's beautiful. Thank you very much.
सिंध जे क्लासिक शाइरी पोइ उहा शाह जी हुजे या सचल ऐं सामीअ जी अमरीका में मौजूदु सोफ़ियाणो रंग रखंदड़ सिंधी कम्यूनिटी जो पसंदीदा सेशन अदबी रिहाण आहे, जंहिंमें नवनि ऐं पुराणनि शाइरनि जे उधमनि जे इज़हार खे समाजी तनाज़ुर में ॾिठो ऐं महसूसु कयो वेंदो आहे। ह्यूस्टन जी झुड़ाली शाम में रिथियल हिन अदबी मेड़ाके में अमरीका जे मुख़्तलिफ़ शहरनि ऐं सिंध खां ईंदड़ महिमाननि पंहिंजे अदबी ज़ोक़ जो इज़हार शाइरी ॿुधाईंदे कयो।
सब कोह करे सब का तूं खुही खणिज विख, छो तो इश्क जी दवा आहे। ऐं रुगो एतिरो काफ़ी न आहे त माण्हू सब कोह करे उन खां पोइ खुहिजी पए त खणे विख। सब कोह करे सब का तूं खुही खणिज विख, एतिरो काफ़ी न आहे। ताणज उन कैफ़ियत खां पोइ जेका तूं खणी विख उहा ताणियल हुजे, ताणज मंझां तिख, ऐं रुगो ताणियल न हुजे तिखी बि हुजे। ताणज मंझां तिख त पंधु पासे भर निबिरे।
को सपनो सिर जो उभरे थो हिन तंबूरे जी तारुनि मां, तूं चंद्रमा जी नाव झली थी निकिरी दूर सितारुनि मां। ऐं मुंहिंजी सेरांदीअ भरिसां हथ फेरे मुंहिंजे वारनि ते, तूं कोई शेर ॿुधाई थी हिन तंबूरे जी तारुनि ते। जो गीत उमारो ॻोल्हियो हो जो कालीदास न पातो, कल राति रवि संपान झले जो गीत उधूरो गातो हो। अॼु मां सिंधु जे कंठे ते हर मांझे जो मूं झारो आं, हर कोई पुछे थो आणी थो ही लहरूं लहरूं गीत किथां। तंहिं वक़्तु ॾिसां थो हैरत मां तंबूरे जी तारुनि में, ऐं यादि अचनि थियूं आङुरियूं हूं तुंहिंजूं मुंझनि वारनि में।
कुठियसि कुए जन तन तबीब न गॾिया, कुठियसि कुए जन तन तबीब न गॾिया, ॾही ॾंभ ॾॾनि पाणाई ॾील ॾुखोयो। बेखारीअ खे बर में वियो कैफ़ चढ़ी, बेखारीअ खे बर में वियो कैफ़ चढ़ी, ॻाल्हियूं कंदे काक जूं ॻोढ़ा पियस गड़ी, काजा अंग अड़ी जीअं छुटा फट छुड़ी पिया।
काल पुछियो कंहिं रस्ते वेंदे, आख़िर कहिड़ो देस आहे मुंहिंजो, मूं त चयो मां सिंधी आहियां, सिंधड़ी जिंदड़ी देस आहे मुंहिंजो। मूं त चयो मां सिंधी आहियां, सिंधड़ी जिंदड़ी देस आहे मुंहिंजो। हूअं त आदम ज़ादो आहियां, जेको पायां वैसा मुंहिंजो। हिन दुनिया में हुन दुनिया में अहिड़ी कंहिंजी धरती न आहे, जुग जुगनि खां आहे मुंहिंजी, वीज़ा ते मूं वरिती न आहे। जुग जुगनि खां आहे मुंहिंजी, वीज़ा ते मूं वरिती न आहे। अबरी आहे सबरी आहे, सौदागर लाइ सस्ती न आहे। बुख बि पंहिंजी, बुख बि पंहिंजी, उञ बि पंहिंजी, जंहिं वटि पंहिंजा ॾुख बि आहिनि, जंहिंमें सालनि खां पोइ ईंदा सावण वांगुरु सुख बि आहिनि। पंहिंजनि धारियुनि जा सभु गॾिजी तीर तकींदा कुख बि आहिनि, जंहिं वटि को मीज़ाइल न आहे, जंहिं वटि को मीज़ाइल न आहे, जंहिं वटि एटम बम बि न आहे, जंहिंखे पंहिंजी फ़ौज बि न आहे, जंहिंजो उनखे ग़म बि न आहे।
सना जे सॾ में सभई सिंधियुनि खे सिंध जो सलाम। कही आया के उत्तर ओलह ॾखिण ओभर खां महिराण जा महिमान, रहूं परदेस में परदेस लाइ जज़्बो ऐं जान, सिंध तुंहिंजो मान रखंदासूं रोज़।
टिम 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 तारनि में छम 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 छेर वॼे थी, नटराज नचे थो। काली पंहिंजी ॼिभ गड़काए, काली पंहिंजी ॼिभ लड़काए, लाल लहूअ जो दान घुरे थी, अरॾो को इंसान घुरे थी। तेज़ हवा घंघोर घटा, तूफ़ान टरण लाइ आयो ई नाहे। कड़कड़ कड़कड़ विज कड़के थी, दिल धड़के थी। सुरकण कंहिंजी राह तके थी।
अचो अचो ए ग़रीबो हलो हलो काहे, अचो अचो ए ग़रीबो हलो हलो काहे, वॾो तमाशो को दारो रसन ते अॼु आहे। इश्क नाहे रांदि जीअं खेॾनि स गभरू, जीअ जुसे ऐं जान जो भञे जो हेकांद, सिसी नेज़े पांद उछल त अधु थियई। सूर्य वरी सोभ खे त दिल जा वहम विसार, सूर्य वरी सोभ खे त दिल जा वहम विसार, हण भाला विड़ भाकुरे आॾी ढाल मधार, मथां तेग तरार मियां जे मार त मता रोथिए, हो अल्लाह हो मियां हो अल्लाह।
स्टेज ते जंहिंखे दावत ॾेई रहिया आहियूं, सुरन जी राणीअ खे, सुरन जी दुनिया में ख़ूबसूरत आवाज़ ऐं गुलाम मोहिद्दीन केरु आहे भला?
असांजो लोकल टैलेंट आहे ह्यूस्टन जो, ऐं काफ़ी दोस्त जेके ह्यूस्टन में रहनि था उन्हनि खे ॿुधो आहे, ऐं तमामु असांजी अदी ख़ूबसूरत आवाज़ रखे थी। सो अदी फौजिया दाऊदी।
साना जे हिन कन्वेंशन में सिंधी कम्युनिटी खे जिते ॿियनि समाजी मुआशी ऐं सियासी मामलनि खां आगाही ॾिनी वेंदी आहे, उते मेडिकल सेमिनार बि हिकु अहम हैसियत रखे थो, जंहिंमें मुख़्तलिफ़ मौज़ूअनि ते डॉक्टरनि जा लेक्चर ऐं कॾहिं कॾहिं कैंपूं बि लॻायूं वेंदियूं आहिनि। हिन सेशन में सिहत सां लाॻापियल ख़ुश्क मौज़ूअनि खे बि तमामु आसान ऐं वणंदड़ नमूने ज़ेरे बहस आणियो वेंदो आहे।
Another kid around the block, very important. People don't know about that. Honestly, a lot of people, 99% don't know about that. Which is another kid around the block? Is the metabolic syndrome. We don't pay attention on that. Metabolic syndrome is coming very strongly in our medicine, okay? That if we focus, what is metabolic syndrome? Obesity, waist in 40-inch in men and in women 35, insulin resistance, triglyceride more than 150, HDL less than 40, hypertension more than 130 or 85. 3 or more of the criteria if you have, you are obese. You have a metabolic syndrome. My first question was, your wife exercise kandi hai? Chai na. Mujhe baba tu pira bala. अरे ॻाल्हि खे तुंहिंजो हाणे ब्लड प्रेशर घटि पहुची इहो वरी कीअं? मूं चयो दादा तुंहिंजी वाइफ तोसां गॾु एक्सरसाइज कंदी, 5 प्रॉब्लम ॿुधाईंदी, 5 डिमांड ॿुधाईंदी, तुंहिंजो ब्लड प्रेशर वधंदो। ॿेली उनजो चङो थियो उनखे तूं एक्सरसाइज बंदि की, हाणे तूं पाण एक्सरसाइज कर अकेलो त तुंहिंजा गोॾा बि सिधा, ब्लड प्रेशर घटि थिए। तव्हां मुंहिंजो चवणो वठो, कलाक वठो ॾींहं जो, Uto exercise kyo, walk kyo, decrease your weight, okay? Walk alone, go to the gym.
So about 15.7 million Americans have diabetes, and 5.4 million of these people are unaware that they have diabetes. So basically 800,000 Americans develop diabetes each year. That makes 2,200 new patients be diagnosed each day. Those are not the patients who have a diabetes, had not been diagnosed yet. 1 in every 7 healthcare dollars is spent on diabetes in United States.
And if sigmoidoscopy shows polyp, then you do full colonoscopy. That was the old recommendation. That's why now we are doing, to begin with, we are doing colonoscopy. That means if you have a 1 lesion, your risk of second lesion definitely is very high, especially in the proximal colon. That's the reason. It's not only that we were missing the right side colon, but if you have any lesion on the left side, your risk on the right colon is significantly high. So double lesions, you can see that not necessarily both are going to be cancerous, but you can have a precancerous lesion which will become cancer. If you do not do colonoscopies, the cost of developing colon cancer and then management of that is much higher than doing screening colonoscopy.
हर साल जियां हिन कन्वेंशन जो भी गर्मा गर्म सेशन जनरल बॉडी हुयो, जंहिंमें साना जा मौजूदा उहिदेदार पंहिंजी कारकर्दगी पेश कंदा आहिनि.
पहिरियों दफ़ो सना जी हिस्ट्री में असांजा फंड्स जेके आहिनि they have gone to an extent which makes us feel somewhat independent. असां हर दफ़े नई एग्जीक्यूटिव काउंसिल अचण खां पोइ हर इशू ते जेको असां नए सिरे सां कमु था कयूं पिया. So we started thinking के permanent committees ठाहियूं जेके मुख़्तलिफ़ अफेयर्स ते तवज्जो ॾियनि, उन जा के परमानेंट मेंबर्स हुजनि ऐं उन सिलसिले में असांखे वॉलंटियर्स जी सख़्तु ज़रूरत आहे. मुख़्तलिफ़ कमिटीज़ जेके डिसाइड थियूं आहिनि उहे कन्वेंशन कमेटी, इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी कमेटी, मेंबरशिप एंड फंड रेज़िंग कमेटी, ह्यूमन राइट्स ते कमेटी ऐं कमेटी which looks after the business and entrepreneurship.
एजाज़ तुर्क साहब जी असां लीडरशिप में हिकिड़ी फाउंडेशन खोली आहे, इस्टेब्लिश कई आहे, जो नालो आहे फाउंडेशन फॉर एजुकेशन एंड डेवलपमेंट इन सिंध, फेड्स असां हुनजो हिकिड़ो एक्रोनिम रखियो आहे. सुभाणे उनजो असांजो मक़सदु इहो आहे त उनजो कमु उहो फेम फंड खां जो कॉम्पिटिशन न आहे, फेम फंड जो पंहिंजो कमु हलंदो रहंदो ऐं फाउंडेशन जो कमु थोरो उनजो कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री हूंदो त उहो उन सां गॾु कमु करे त को असां सिंध में को तालीमी इदारो खोलियूं. कल्ह ॻाल्हि थी त एजाज़ चयो त असां सिंध में को सिंधी जेको आहे में या कंहिं बि हिकिड़ो एजुकेशनल चैनल खोलियूं, पर इन्हनि कमनि लाइ इहे पैसा पिया आहिनि, उहो जॾहिं थींदा उनखे असां असाइन कंदासीं.
असुलु मसइलो असांखे आहे पार्टिसिपेशन जो. दोस्त जेके आहिनि साईं हींअर ॻाल्हायो पिए त असांजे डायरेक्टरी में 1400 माण्हुनि जा नाला आहिनि, पर उन मां पेड मेंबर्स सिर्फ़ु 200 आहिनि. असांजी मेंबरशिप थिए नथी. जे 1500 पेड मेंबर्स हुजनि त तक़रीबन 40,000 जी साल जी इनकम आहे. उन मां असांजी ऑफिस बि खुली सघे थी ऐं उन जा एक्सपेंसिस निकिरंदा ऐं माण्हू हिकिड़ो जेको रखिजे फुल टाइम जेको उतां वेही कमु करे त उन सां असांजी ॾाढी वॾी मदद थींदी. मुंहिंजो ख़्यालु आहे हर माण्हू जेकॾहिं कोशिशि करे ऐं 2 मेंबर ठाहे वञे त असांजो मसइलो हल थींदो. पर्सनल लेवल ते थी सघे थो, अदरवाइज़ ॿियो को होप न आहे. ऐं जेसीं ताईं मेंबरशिप न हूंदी असांजो को कमु न हलंदो आहे.
हिन साल मूं पंहिंजे लाइ हिकिड़ो ॿियो गोल फिक्स कयो आहे ईसी जी मदद सां, त असां पंहिंजी जेका संगत ऑनलाइन जेका न्यूज़पेपर हो उहो बंदि थियल आहे लास्ट 2-3 ईयर्स खां. त इहो तव्हांजा वाइदो आहे त इंशाल्लाह नेक्स्ट मंथ खां आउं तव्हांखे संगत ऑनलाइन करे ॾींदुसि. ॿियो जेको वादो आउं इन करे नथो चई सघां त उन में ॿियनि माण्हुनि जी मदद आहे, पर मुंहिंजो गोल इहो आहे त आउं सिंध में पंहिंजी सना खे रजिस्ट्रेशन करायूं ताकी असां पंहिंजे कम खे अॻियां वधाए सिंध ताईं करियूं.
त जेके बि सिंधी छोकिरा आहिनि सिंध में
चाहे किथे भी पाकिस्तान में कंहिं बि यूनिवर्सिटी में पढ़ंदा हुजनि उन्हनि खे असां थोरी मदद करे सघूं त पंहिंजी पढ़ाई में उन्हनि खे मदद मिले। ऐं इहो प्रोग्राम जेको आहे ॿिनि मेन कैटेगरीज़ में आहे, अंडर ग्रेड एंड ग्रेड स्टूडेंट्स जे लाइ। ऐं उहे जेके बि सिंधी छोकिरा आहिनि चाहे कंहिं बि यूनिवर्सिटी में पढ़ंदा हुजनि उहे अप्लाई करे सघनि था पिया। फेम फंड जेको आहे उहा सना कम्यूनिटी जेका आहे उहा हर साल उन में डोनेट करे थी पई। ऐं अॻिते मां तव्हांखे ॿुधाईंदुसि त इहा जेका कंट्रीब्यूशन आहे उहा ई जेका वधे थी पई त स्कॉलरशिप वधनि थियूं पियूं, ऐं जेकॾहिं घटे थी त स्कॉलरशिप बि घटिजी थी वञनि पियूं। ऐं स्कॉलरशिप जेके आहिनि असां इहे हर साल मैनेज कयूं था त जेको पुठियों रिकॉर्ड रहियो आहे कुझु सालनि खां असां 40 to 60 स्कॉलरशिप्स हर साल ॾियूं था पिया। इहे स्कॉलरशिप $250 $500 एतिरी घणो पैसो न आहे जेके तव्हां फीसूं न ॾिसूं, पर हिकिड़ो असां एप्रिशिएट था कयूं, असां उन्हनि खे सपोर्ट था कयूं त असां मौजूदु आहियूं, असां तव्हां लाइ गॾु आहियूं। तव्हां
बेनज़ीर भुट्टो मर्डर केस असांजो पहिरियों रेज़ोल्यूशन हो, हुन में असां जेका माण्हुनि जी सोच इहा आहे त उनजो क़तल जीअं त लोड़नि था पिया, सो असांजी डिमांड हुई त उन ते जेका आहे सा प्रोब थिए ऐं केस उन्हनि जो जेको आहे सो बाक़ाइदे उन ते ॾिसिजे। ग्लोबल टेररिज़म आहे, टेररिज़म इन पाकिस्तान आहे, ऐं सिंध में बदअमनी जो अज़ाब आहे जेको उन ते असांजो रेज़ोल्यूशन्स आहे। सिंध जा हक़ ऐं उन में सिंध हुकूमत ऐं पाकिस्तान जी हुकूमत जो छा किरदारु आहे, सिंध जी हुकूमत जेका आहे सा केतिरी जेका आहे सा रिप्रेज़ेंट करे थी पई सिंध जे आम जे माण्हुनि खे, या पंहिंजे जेके आहिनि मफ़ाद सिर्फ़ु उन्हनि ते कमु पई थी करे।
If people have different interests, SYNA should cater for all those members. Process of evolution आहे, तमाम simple ॻाल्हि आहे। I have no doubts in believing one thing. जंहिं शइ जी ज़रूरत न हूंदी आहे सा ultimately ख़तम थी वेंदी आहे, just disappears. जे सना जी ज़रूरत न हुजे हा इन कम्युनिटी खे त it would not have lasted for 26 years. There is a need, that's why we are all here. There is a need for this kind of interaction. There is a need for families to come together. And mind you, there is a need for what happened yesterday. I think if we have not achieved anything in this convention, anybody who witnessed the forum yesterday when the teenagers who were really young kids when we were all energetic used to come here, they were leading the forum and they were sitting at the panel, and that is what our contribution is. It is not my contribution, it is not Mazhar's contribution, it is not anybody's, Aziz's contribution, it is contribution of the organization. We may like it or not, but it serves some purpose. That's why we are here.